So, I just saw the Devin Haney, look this way, and Ryan Garcia press conferences. We have to talk about this, people. We have to talk about this. Like, share, subscribe, comment below if you've seen it. I know I've got some subscribers on here who are more on the casual side of things and they only watch the big fights and stuff, and they might even watch that much boxing. Try and check out this stuff I'm talking about. I'm not going to be going into some, like, too many, like, of the, you know, how can I say it? The, what's it called? What do you say? The sweat and sawdust, or the hardcore, that's what we call it. I won't be going into too much of the hardcore boxing fans type stuff. I will be kind of touching on it, but I will be touching to the casual audience a little bit more and hopefully make you understand things a little bit better. So, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Let's talk. Now, it's a bit of a weird one with this one. You know, I've always liked Ryan Garcia. I've been watching him for a while. When I first started getting into boxing, you know, obviously you saw the social media clips, you know, his speed, and with me, and I'm a heavyweight, crazy, but my biggest thing is speed. Speed and footwork is my biggest thing, which I love, because when people see me, they never think that that's what I'm going to be about. But I loved watching Garcia's speed, and this is before I got into boxing. And then obviously when I got into it, I started to see a lot of the mistakes he was making with his movement, and you know, obviously that left hook is crazy, but then seeing the mistake of dropping his hands, and you know, seeing him try to correct that mistake since going to Derek James and losing to Javonta Tank Davis has been an interesting journey. But I'm not gonna lie, like when this fight got made, I thought, yeah, this is it's still a good fight, but I still thought this is a bit more 50-50. I'm not sure who I'm gonna But since the press conferences and seeing what's going on, I'm definitely leaning towards Haney. I'm a little bit worried, and I don't know if anyone else is, about Garcia's behavior. Now, you know, I know he's always been a little bit hyped. We saw him in a Javonta or the Tank fight. We saw the press conferences, but it's good. It sells the fight. You know, you need to sell the fight in these days, this day and age. Like, there's too many boxers like, I'm just gonna get in the ring and do my thing, and then like get annoyed when, you know, nothing comes of it. When you're on that big stage or in that level, you have to start, you know, doing a bit more. So I know Garcia's trying to sell the fight, but them press conferences, he's doing some wild stuff, very erratic and very wild. So yeah, it's a little bit, you know what I mean? It's a little bit out of character. I know he's hype anyway, but it's a little bit, it's more than hype. He's going a little bit, you know what I mean, off the edge. And then obviously everyone's seen it by now, him on Twitter Spaces and the stuff he was saying. Here.
Training good. I'm laughing because I'm high.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
And obviously, that's not something, you know, as a fan of professional boxing, you don't want to hear that the guy you're a fan of is getting high and drinking and whatever. Like, each to their own, do what you want to do and whatever. But, you know, like, drink, drugs, it's going to affect a lot. Your reaction times for one, your recovery times for two. Like, you know, you might think, oh, I'm fine, I can get on with da. But, you know, it's going to affect you. And I know that Ryan's come out and said, oh, you know, it's all just trolling, it's all trolling. But we see you, bro. We see you. We see how you're acting. See, like, you can say, oh, I was just trolling, I don't really take drugs. You can't hide your actions. And you know, that second press conference, or the one in LA anyway, and again, I felt bad for Ryan, like watching him in the face-off, and he looked like he was having a panic attack.
Ryan might retire before we even get to
it. You know, you look like, you could see it when he faced off with Devin and then looking down, and kind of seemed like he had cold sweats, and then he kind of had to walk away. I was like, this doesn't look good. So I'm hoping he can get his act together. You know, at the moment, I do lean towards Devin winning that fight. I just think he's too good at the moment. He hasn't got the power, he hasn't got the pop, natural pop, but I think he's a hard worker. He's one of the hardest working in that 135, 140-ish division. And he's really worked to hone his craft. We'll see what happens with Ryan, you know, in his next few months. I think if his behavior starts to come down, and my mind might start to change slightly. If he starts to kind of calm down a little bit, hopefully Derek James can rein him in. I feel like Derek James has gotten a bit of a bad rap for the past couple of years. So we'll see what happens with that one. I feel like Ryan needs to do more than just that left hook. You know, if he's still relying on that left hook to get it done, it's still obviously it's a very dangerous hook. But Devin's IQ is way too high to rely on one thing, and I think he's got more tools in the bag. I just feel like he needs to unlock it. But yeah, at the moment I lean towards Devin. I think he gets it done. Devin, the American Dream, Haney. When we get closer to the time, I'll probably do a little breakdown video on that. On just watching on their last fights and seeing what each fighter does well, what they don't do so well, point out things that I see. You can tell me things that you see. But for now, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win this fight? Comment below, like, share, subscribe. Wait, before I go, that sparring footage, bruv? It's a bit peak, I'm sure I saw sparring a while back of Garcia getting his ass beat as well. And also he lost to Tank. I'm a little bit like, it's a bit mad, you know what I mean? Like, it is funny. Like, it's funny that Ryan just posted it to his own YouTube channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, have a quick look. That's what I mean, like it's a very one-sided battle. But you know, you never know. That could have been the last round. Haney could have done 5 rounds before that. That's the only thing with sparring, you never know. And also, sparring, like it happens. You might have a bad day that day, you might not, I don't know, anything can happen, but it's supposed to happen there. The fight doesn't necessarily mean it will go that way. Although if Haney and Tank were to fight, I'd probably back Tank. But that being said, you shouldn't be claiming plaudits of another man's work. That's a little bit corny, you know what I mean? Like, it was funny because, you know, he posted on his own YouTube channel and I was like, right, this is mad. Their back and forth is pretty funny and it's actually gonna draw a lot of pay-per-view buys, but I don't rate it that much, really, because if it was you sparring him, it's different. If you're like, oh, me sparred, I mash you up, I'm gonna mash you up again, cool, fair game. But that was another man's work, bruv. Come on. Anyway, what do you think about it? Who do you think is going to win this fight? Comment below, like, share, subscribe. Once again, new videos every hour? I don't know.